Have you ever had one of those mornings where the coffee just doesn't taste as good, the news feels a little too heavy, and your body seems to be dragging itself through the day? You look out the window, the same trees are swaying in the same breeze, but something inside you feels flat. It's not that anything is terribly wrong, it's just that the joy feels a bit quieter than it used to. If you felt this way, you're certainly not alone. Life has a way of shifting gears as we get older. Our routines become more settled, the pace slows down, and sometimes the little spark that made the day feel exciting starts to dim. But here's something powerful I've learned and want to share with you. Joy doesn't come from big moments, it comes from how we see the little ones. And that's where gratitude steps in. Now, I know gratitude is one of those words that gets tossed around a lot, especially in self-help books and magazine articles. But I'm not talking about keeping a fancy journal or pretending everything's fine when it isn't. I'm talking about a few simple ways to notice what's still good in your life, things that are already there, just waiting to be seen again. In today's video, we're going to talk about 8 practical gratitude habits that can gently lift your spirits and bring more light into your everyday life. Not because you have to, because you deserve to feel good again. You deserve to feel connected to the moments that matter, no matter your age or stage. Let's begin with something very simple, but deeply powerful, starting your morning with a moment of thanks. Now, I'm not suggesting a full meditation session or writing a long list of blessings before you even brush your teeth. What I mean is this: before your feet even touch the floor, just pause for a second. Take a breath. And think of one thing, just one, that you're glad is in your life. It could be your soft pillow, the sound of your partner's breathing beside you, or even the fact that your knees don't hurt this morning. That single thought sets the tone for the day. You're reminding your brain, yes, life has challenges. But there's still something here I can be grateful for. Over time, this becomes more than just a habit. It becomes a mindset. You may even find that the rest of your day feels a bit lighter. That small shift first thing in the morning is like opening a window and letting in fresh air. You're creating space for peace to enter. Now let's talk about something that might surprise you, saying thank you out loud, even when no one's around. I know it might feel a little silly at first, but hear me out. Maybe you're washing the dishes and notice how warm the water feels. Or you open the fridge and realize you've got your favorite fruit ready to eat. Try just saying quietly, thank you. Not to anyone in particular. Just to life. To the moment. It might feel awkward the first time, but it's not about perfection. It's about presence. This practice is like tuning an old radio. At first, there's a little static. But the more you do it, the clearer the signal becomes. And what you start picking up on is all the goodness around you that used to slip by unnoticed. You're not waiting for something big to happen, you're creating little moments of joy, just by paying attention. Another powerful way to feel gratitude, especially if your days have become a bit repetitive, is to revisit old memories, but with a new lens. We often look back and either miss what was or regret what could have been. But what if you look back and simply said, I'm thankful I got to live that? Whether it's a trip you once took, a meal you shared with a friend who's no longer here, or even an ordinary afternoon spent sitting quietly in the garden, it all mattered. And it still matters. Try this sometime. Sit in your favorite chair, close your eyes, and picture a moment from the past that brings you a warm feeling. Let yourself linger there for a few minutes. You don't have to analyze it or try to make sense of it. Just sit with the memory. Feel what it was like. Then, when you open your eyes, whisper a soft, thank you. You're not just remembering, you're honoring the life you've lived. That's gratitude in its purest form. These small practices don't require anything fancy. No equipment. No appointments. Just a bit of your attention and your willingness to look at life a little differently. And isn't that kind of the magic of getting older? We begin to see the value in things we used to rush past. Now that we've begun exploring how gratitude can gently shift our mornings, our memories, and even our quiet moments during the day, let's keep this going. There are even more ways to invite this sense of appreciation into your life that might surprise you. One of the most beautiful parts of gratitude is that it doesn't have to be loud to be life-changing. It can show up quietly, like a soft hand on your shoulder or the scent of something familiar that brings back a memory. And one of the most heartfelt ways to experience this is through connection, with people, with the world around you, and even with yourself. Think about the last time someone did something kind for you. Maybe a neighbor brought in your trash bin, or a grandchild sent a message just to say hello. Now think about whether you paused to really feel that kindness, or whether it slipped past in the busyness of the day. One gratitude practice that makes a big difference is what I like to call savoring the small kindnesses. Instead of just saying thank you quickly and moving on, let yourself sit with that feeling a bit longer. Say it like you mean it. Feel it in your chest. Because when we slow down and notice kindness, we invite more of it into our lives. It works the other way too. When you do something kind for someone else, holding the door, smiling at a stranger, calling a friend who's been quiet, pause afterward and reflect on that moment. Remind yourself, that felt good. These aren't grand gestures, but they have a ripple effect. They remind us that we're still part of something larger, something human and warm and needed. This brings me to another gratitude habit that might not sound like gratitude at first, but it's one of the most powerful of all: spending time in nature, even if it's just sitting by a window. You don't need to hike up a mountain or spend hours in a forest. Just stepping outside and feeling the sun on your face or watching the wind play with the leaves can bring you back to the present moment. Nature has a gentle way of reminding us that life is still moving, still growing, still beautiful. The next time you're outside, even for a few minutes, try this. Notice 3 things you're grateful for right there in front of you. The color of the flowers, the way the breeze feels on your skin, the birds making their music overhead. Say thank you, not out loud if you don't want to, but say it in your heart. What you're doing is rewiring your attention. You're teaching your mind to notice what's good, instead of what's missing. Now, let's talk about something that lives in almost every home: photographs. Albums, picture frames, maybe a few magnets on the fridge. These images are more than just decorations, they're reminders of a life lived fully. Try this practice one afternoon. Take out an old photo album, or even a single picture, and really spend some time with it. Look at your face, the setting, the people beside you. Let yourself remember not just the event, but the feeling. Say thank you for that time, for those people, even for the you that existed back then.